Okay, Brittany, Matthew here with freeprescriptionlenses.com, and Brittany, with the help of my GoPro camera, I'm going to show you how I cut prescription lenses for your Gucci. What I do with them, Gucci 3009, size 50, color SVF, which to me is one of the most beautiful Guccis out there. Can you see that mother of pearl, almost abalone color on here? This frame sells for $300. And of course, when you buy the frame, you get free prescription lenses. You're getting distance lenses in here. And let me show you how I cut them. The first thing I'm going to do is pop out the original Gucci lenses that come with this frame. Get those popped out. I'm going to put your Italian frame into my Italian edger. This is a Santinelli LE1000 patternless edger. And is now tracing the shape of your left lens. And now it's going to slide on over and trace the shape of your right lens. And then I'm going to pull the shape up onto my computer, put in your personal information, and start cutting. Here at freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed with quality. So let's pull the shape up. I'm going to put your PD of 64. This is a polycarbonate lens that I'm cutting for a Xyle frame, which is an old school name for plastic. Just getting this prepped, and now I need to get your right lens, which reads -1 1/4, -50 at 25. I'm going to spin the axis wheel on my Marco 101 lensometer to 25. Spin the power wheel to -1 1/4. Put your lens in, rotate it until I find the optical center. Get that lined up just perfectly. Check your astigmatism correction. Make sure everything is lined up in the center of my crosshairs. Put those dots on there and label that R for right. Now I'm going to do the same thing for the left. -1, -75 at 145. Put this on -1. Again, line up your sphere power. Check your astigmatism correction. Perfect. Mark the optical center, and then mark this left. So I need to put this little block on there so it holds it into place while cutting. So I need to put a little double-sided adhesive sticker on here, and this is just a little 3M pad that I buy. I'm going to put the black sticky side down, pull that off, expose that side, line this up in my blocker, and now this is dead on your optical center. Let's do the same thing for the left. Grab the little block, put the sticky pad on there, pull that off, line this up in my crosshairs. Perfect. Pick up your right lens and then hit start. The first thing that's going to happen is the LMU is going to come down and trace the shape of your frame onto the lens to make sure this is large enough, which it is. But this is just a routine operation. There's no way I can override that. It is now tracing the concave side of your lens, which is closest to your eyelashes, and now it's going to slide over, check the thickness of the lens, and then trace the shape of the convex side of the lens, which is away from your face. The actual cutting wheel is down here on the bottom on the left. It's the lighter color wheel. It's like a heavy grit sandpaper that's just going to grind away the polycarbonate material. This wheel in the center with the channel in it is going to put the bevel onto your lens so it stays inside the bevel of the frame. Because of the sound, I will have to close the door, but I will continue talking over the sound. Hopefully you can hear me. Now at freeprescriptionlenses.com, you buy the frame, which you've done, you get free single vision lenses. 99% of the time they're free. But if it goes beyond the range that I do for free, then you get them at my cost. Of course, this is a beautiful, beautiful frame. And the Gucci case that you get with your beautiful Gucci frame, of course you get the case, the card of authenticity, from Firenze, which is the Italian word for Florence, which is where I went for my honeymoon 6 years ago on March 1st. It is now 8:31, Monday, March 10th, 68 degrees in my hometown of Durham, North Carolina, at least according to my Samsung Gear watch. Of course, this is your Gucci cleaning cloth to go with your Gucci case. I wish you could just smell this Italian leather. It is incredible. But the case snaps down, so as for easy storage for guys, you can put this in your back pocket. Women, this takes up less space in your purse. When the glasses are not in there, when you want to put them in there, you just open it up. Of course, you see the soft felt with Gucci. this pops open, and you now have a little triangular case that your glasses will fit inside. This is how I'm going to ship them to you, and I'll put your cleaning cloth in there with it. And when you're not using the case and you want to store it you just push these corners back in, and this will fold down back shut. You know, these guys make Ferraris and Lamborghinis. They're going to make nice cases too. Italy, well, Milan, Italy, and Paris are the fashion capitals. You know they're going to stay on top of things. So right now it's putting the bevel onto the lens. It's getting a little optical bath to wash away any residue. And then once that stops, I'm going to check to make sure that it fits in the frame perfectly. Okay, it's just now finishing up. I'm going to take it out of the block. I'm going to dry the lens off so it's not slippery and I don't drop it, because that is embarrassing. It does happen, but it's never going to happen with me. So you have a little bit of rough edges on your lens. That's the final shape. I'm going to use my hand stone, which is completely smooth. It just works on friction. I'm going to take off any rough edges that are still on the edge of the lens. I'm going to use my thumbnail to scrape away this material and then try and mount it into your frame. Now I'm going to tuck it into the outside corner first, and using my thumbs push down, it snaps in perfectly. So let's cut your left lens. I'm going to set that down there for now. Flip this over and cut the left. Just like before, it's going to go around and trace the shape of your lens, shape of your frame, the lens shape of your frame onto the lens to make sure it fits. This Santinelli edger runs $30,000. I recommend everyone go out and get one. Then you can cut lenses at home. You won't have to rely on me for doing it. I've just given you the tutorial on how to do it, so you shouldn't have to worry about paying anyone else to cut your lenses for you now. Just go out and spend $30,000 and you can do it at home. And I won't have to come to work anymore. Okay, as that cuts, I'm going to go ahead and take this block off of your right lens. Pull off the double-sided adhesive sticker. Dry this off, and I'm actually going to darken that red dot. Put this back into the axis wheel. Spin the axis wheel to 25. So I can check that your prescription is made perfectly. Line that up over your optical center. And I'm getting -1 1/4. Minus 50 at 25. Now your prescription, -1 1/4, minus 50 at 25. Your left eye is -1, minus 75 at 145. The unit of measurement is called a diopter. Everything is in quarter increments, 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1, 1 1/4, so on. You need 5 steps of minification, which is the opposite of magnification. Without your glasses on, everything is just too large. So you need, if this were a ladder, you're on the 5th rung of a ladder. 5 steps of correction to minify. This is actually 2 steps of correction for your astigmatism, which is a very small amount. This first box gets everything the correct size. The second number takes away the fuzzy edges. So 6s and 8s and P's and F's, the letters don't look alike. This just tells me where to fine tune it to take away those fuzzy edges. Your left eye, you need 1 step less of minification, but 1 step more of astigmatism correction, which is fairly common. It's all muscular. Very rarely are people the same in both eyes. So it is now going around, putting the bevel onto the lens. And one thing I wanted to mention is 99% of all optical shops do free adjustments. So if you get these and they're too loose or too tight, or if it's high on one side, because 80% of people have one ear that's higher than the other, and I am no exception, just stop by your local optical shop and they'll adjust it for you. It should only take about 30 seconds to a minute to get it adjusted where it fits perfectly. Maybe once or twice a year you'll have to go in just because you live life. Things get out of whack, stop by again and they'll get that adjusted for you. I love the feature on the side of this. They went old school with a new school color. The original bags that they were famous for they put a bamboo handle on their suitcases and bags. They put the same, now this is a faux bamboo, so this will last forever. Real bamboo wouldn't. But they put the classic horse stirrup onto the side. So they got old school and they put it with a new school color, which I just love. The colors are so rich and complex. This frame originally came in a brown and a black and a burgundy. Once they came out with this color, I knew we would never sell another color again. Only this one, and it's true, Gucci went ahead and discontinued the black and the brown because it was not wanted anymore. Okay, I'm going to pull this out, dry it off, put the safety bevel onto the lens, use my thumbnail to scrape away that extra residue. And now I'm going to mount your left lens into the frame. I start at the outside corner, which is closest to me. Tuck it in there, and then using my thumbnails, I push down at the nose. That snaps in perfectly. Let me pull this block off. Pull that sticker off. I want to dry off any extra residue. Now your PD is 64. That's the distance between the center of your eyes. So I'm going to line this up as a background. I'm going to put my PD stick on your right lens. And when I hold it up over the left lens, you can see 64. Hopefully my GoPro camera is good enough where you see that. Now I'm going to inspect the left lens to make sure the power is correct. I'm going to spin the axis wheel of my Marco 101 lensometer back to 145. Put that in, line it up over my optical center. Your left lens reads -1, -75, -1, -75. Perfect. Now I'm going to clean off the last two things I'm going to do before I ship this to you. Use my optical grade acetone to clean your lenses. By the way, your lenses are an aspheric polycarb. Polycarb is 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. It is bulletproof up to 22 caliber, virtually unbreakable, and has both UVA and UVB protection. But I want to put your frame on the counter and make sure it's in standard alignment, meaning that when I place my thumbs on it, it does not wobble. The 3-point stance, 1, 2, and the bottom of the frame being 3. That is perfect, no wobble. I flip it over. I do the same thing on this side. I close it up to make sure the hinges line up perfectly and the same amount of tension is on both sides. Brittany, I really hope you enjoyed watching your glasses being made. If anyone has any questions, just email me at freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com. And Brittany, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity, and hopefully you can see how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you.